Wow, that's amazing.
Hello, hello, hello! Today is Sunday. I think it's November 13th, and it's my first day on expedition to another cities here in Alberta. And I'm going now to Banff to have a breakfast. It's 1.5 hours from Calgary, and let's see what is happening in this beautiful province. It's so cold right now, it's -2. It's not too cold for Alberta, no, but it's really cold. And yeah, let's go now. I see some guys, bye. Alberta was the first province I visited under the TIAC READI program. I was thrilled to be conducting the first strong farm and rural shores destinations technical visits in this national program funded by the Government of Canada through the Tourism Relief Fund. My heart almost did not fit in my chest with so much joy I felt at that moment. My first national project in Canada. As an immigrant, this was my first international project covering all economic regions in Canada. I chose Alberta to be the first destination for the Strong Farm and Rural Shores destinations technical visits because this is undoubtedly one of the provinces with the most noteworthy influence on rural economic activities in Canada. There are more than 4 million head of cattle, one of the most famous rodeo places in the world, extensive farms, and all the historical and cultural influence of Western North America. It sure was a great decision. I fell in love with Alberta. Hey guys, I'm in Canmore right now, Alberta, 30 minutes from Banff. I came to understand the logistics from Calgary to Banff because Banff is a huge tourism destination here in Canada because the rocks. And on my way to Banff from Calgary, I needed to stop here in... Oh look, that's crazy, no, it's so beautiful. I need to stop it here to see everything, no, it's wonderful. I had a chocolate, hot chocolate, espresso, and ham, cheese, egg croissant. Ooh, delicious! But it's impressive. In my life, I always thought with me, I want to live on a beach, and I love the beach up now. It's my first time in the mountains. Oh wow, it's great. It's so beautiful, and it's really impressive because it's a small community, no? In Alberta, I had opportunity to visit restaurants, hotels, museums, attractions, festivals, different festivals, city halls, universities, associations, public tourism agents, breweries, and other places of influence for tourism. I drove through all these locations to understand the logistics between two main reference cities, Edmonton and Calgary, and the province's mountain and rural destinations. Alberta features different scenarios, and they are all ancient. One of my goals in Alberta was to meet a Brazilian who has been doing an excellent job of publicizing the province in Brazil and Canada for Brazilians who live in different provinces. Joel Alves Lima owns To Canada, a communication channel about tourism work, and immigration in Alberta. Through Joel, hundreds of Brazilians got their first job opportunities and immigration process, and hundreds more visited Alberta's main tourist attractions accompanied by to Canada. Following the work that Brazilians are doing in Canada is something extraordinary. Primarily, when this work is related to tourism and Canada's quality of life for all residents. There are still many challenges that we need to face so that productivity and well-being continue to grow. The country's history is fantastic and promote exclusive opportunities that no other place in the world can promote.
Acabei de chegar em Banff, eu tô agora no museu chamado Buffalo e esse museu aqui é incrível. Olha, aqui esse mapa aqui é o mapa das nações First Nation, que são os povos indígenas aqui do Canadá. É onde que tá marcado de vermelho, você pode ver que tem vermelho aqui em alguns pontos. Todos esses pontos em vermelho aqui são pontos onde que existem comunidades. Okay, I'm here in Banff at the Buffalo First Nation Museum, and wow, it's incredible, no? It's beautiful. It's amazing to discover the culture and everything else, no? Look. Who is this guy?
That is John Kenny.
Okay.
That's Uncle Bob.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a personality from Silver Lake?
No, he's a famous comedian from the 1980 icon.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Uncle Bob, John Kenny. And that's Harry and Henderson.
Okay. Henry, okay, he I know.
I have visited other restaurants in Alberta and can highlight two different restaurants in Silver Lake. Book's Restaurant offers a unique atmosphere with exciting characters from Canadian TV. I ate an hamburger with white boar meat hunted in the region. Local food is always the best. I also visited the Fireside Restaurant, this time for dinner, trying the house soup for a starter, a delicious salad, and the famous Alberta steak for the main course. Fireside is a lovely place to gather friends and has pleasant nights. I was alone and was approached by a couple from Silver Lake who soon became friends that night. We spent a few hours talking about living in Silver Lake, and wow, I want to live this experience with my family one day. The Best Western Plus Chateau in Silver Lake service was one of the best hotel services I had during my technical visits across Canada. It was the best without detracting from the quality of other hotels that I will comment on during the presentations of the following provinces. However, it was a place that surprised me. Everything was clean with impeccable maintenance, trained professionals, receptive, cordial, and happy with their jobs. It is not easy to find a hotel in the interior of the provinces with quality with 100% approval. I stayed in other good hotels in Alberta, in Drumheller, Edmonton, and Calgary. I can highlight the quality of the Hot Hotel Calgary East Village and the Doubletree by Hilton Edmonton downtown. In Calgary, I had the first experience with the Hot Hotel. I later had the same experience in Saskatchewan. The Hot has undoubtedly become my favorite hotel. In Calgary, I was invited to participate in the fermentation festival of the Light Sealer Natural Food, a company dedicated to promote health eating through foods provided by nature. Dennis Munzer and Malcolm Sanders were the hosts of the invitation I received weeks before the event through the communications we conducted through social media. Both are incredible people, fully connected with nature, and have an elevated level of knowledge about the food offered by Alberta's forests and farms. The energy covered by Dennis Munzer, conversation, and hug was invigorating to my soul. It is always great to meet positive people and connect with Mother Nature wherever we go. Dennis Munzer reminds me a lot of my best friends, the brothers Ricardo and Eduardo Campos in Brazil. On my way back from Banff, I stopped for lunch at Smith's Family Restaurant, located inside the Chinook Cultural Center, a cultural center for indigenous peoples in the rural indigenous community of Morley, Alberta. On the way back to Calgary, I also visited one of the most famous recreational places in the region, the Ghost Reservoir Provincial Recreation Area. I kept imagining this place during the summer. If in the winter this place is beautiful, being an excellent area to park your car, breathe pure winter air, and leave your thoughts free to explore emotions and creativity, imagine all the water and recreational activities that can be experienced during the summer. One of the trips that most caught my attention during this expedition in Alberta was the route between Calgary and Drumheller. I was driving on a low maintenance snowy road. The white ground is on a linear, flat horizon with the sun keeping it company during the freezing winter weather. I was approaching the Drumheller region. I had one of the most unexpected surprises on the way. The flat immensity of the horizon gave way to a descent that took me straight back to prehistory. A region of low mountains in an environment I had never imagined being in. It is no coincidence that Drumheller is home of the Royal Tyrrell Museum, one of the most important paleontological centers in the world. How can you imagine that the ocean once covered central Alberta? I was in awe of the experience of visiting Drumheller and all the excitement of being in an area where different dinosaurs lived millions of years ago. Visiting the museum, I understood why Alberta has an abundance of fossil fuels. There are millions of years of organic matter accumulated in the region. My first stop in Drumheller was the visitor center, where there is a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex that people climb on to see Drumheller from above. Through the T-Rex Mount, the local staff and different souvenirs options for the whole family provide outstanding service. Who most benefited from the results of this visit was my son Abraham. I brought him many gifts at the visitor center, including a sleeper shaped like a Tyrannosaurus Rex foot. After this visit, I went straight to the Royal Ontario Museum. I was anxious to know the place and live the experience offered by the museum. I met high qualified professionals to provide an immersion of knowledge, culture, science, in paleontology. During my visit to the Royal Ontario Museum, I came up with the idea for my presentation at the 2022 Canada Tourism Congress. In each place I visited, I broadened my thinking and directed the positioning of my vision on sustainable development and regeneration, mainly because of the influence that the history of this place had on my point of view. After driving on the scenic road of the Dinosaur Trail for 40 kilometers toward Sylvan Lake, I came across several farms, one of which called my attention because it had the Canadian, Brazilian, and Indian flags at the farm's entrance. I almost stopped to ring the bell and ask if any of my compatriots were investing in the place. However, I could not stop. It was snowing and the hours were running out for the meeting with Natasha Bola, the Marketing and Tourism Development Coordinator for Sylvan Lake. Natasha is a fantastic person and a professional concerned not only with the future of and impact of tourism on Sylvan Lake's economy, but also a local government representative concerned with Sylvan Lake residents' productivity, quality of life, and well-being. We took a walk along the edge of Sylvan Lake, talking about the impact of tourism on the country and the post-pandemic recovery. Some challenges were raised during this conversation, such as issues related to public transport, managing the city carrying capacity, and questions about the negative monetary impact caused by the crowds that visit the town and did not contribute adequately to support the accommodation and food businesses. Challenges that many other destinations have also reported. A productive and challenging conversation. How can solutions be found without engagement between the leading public and private tourism stakeholders and the destination community? These issues arose in every conversation I held about the challenges and gaps in tourism in rural Canada. Regarding the carrying capacity of tourist destinations, we have a common dilemma related to tourism planning. Destinations often work intensively on marketing, but need to remember the management area. When marketing is aligned with exclusive and authentic opportunities, the lack of managerial outlook causes risk due to a lack of control of communication strategies. Studying the profile of destinations is extremely important to understand the impact that visitors can have, positively or negatively, on the environment, the economy, physical spaces, the perception of visitors, and social life of residents. To develop effective planning, we must take into account the risks and the impact of these risks on destinations. Optimize the proposal and investments in the opportunities offered, and create strategies for the logistical distribution of visitors with influence not only on local experience, but also on creating bonding of partnerships with other destinations in the region to offer different opportunities in the tourism schedule with the distribution of financial possibilities among other communities and surrounding municipalities. There are ways to calculate destinations carrying capacity based on each location's personalized individuality. EXA Group Canada's technical visits to destinations aimed at tourism planning help the startup to access this data and present solutions for communities that are starting the economic development of tourism or for tools that are already mature and that is being directly affected by the uncalculated risks of marketing expansion in their destinations. To access this service, look for EXA Group Canada and schedule a meeting with our team. It will be a pleasure to discuss details to assist your community in developing carrier capacity and visitor management strategies. Visit exagroup.ca/contact or contact us via email at operations@exagroup.ca. Leaving Sylvan Lake, my destination was the Great Edmonton area. Edmonton is a fantastic place with fantastic people. I had yet to decide what I would find in Edmonton, and I was delighted with the structure of the city and the offers of leisure and recreation through the year. From Edmonton, I went to a farm in the rural community of Onaway and visited the community of Spruce Grove. My main goal in Edmonton was the first Strong Farm Rural Shores Destinations workshop at the University of Alberta. That was an incredible experience.
Aí galera, tá tudo pronto pro nosso primeiro workshop aqui no Canadá. Olha que legal a sala, muito bacana. terminando de organizar as coisas e vamos. Valeu.
The University of Alberta Convention Center event team is terrific. Ethical, polite, cordial, understanding, and friendly professionals who took care of all the details to make the event successful. They were always available and organized everything, so the experience was remarkable for my life. Everyone felt my excitement to promote this workshop, which took place on November 18, 2022. The event was attended by two people, Tam Anderson and her daughter Laura, the new generation of management of the Prairie Gardens Farm, located in the rural community of Bonaccord. The farm has been developing agriculture and agritourism activities for over 50 years, helping the region's rural development. The workshop was a success because since then, Tam has stayed connected with me, sent me important documents for analyzing the reality of rural communities in Alberta. One of the subjects we talk about there is the need to create a new rural development policy.
What is EXA? EXA Group Canada is more than a business. We are an ideology. The ideology of living in a sustainable world. We are acting to build strong connections and partnerships to develop the strong farm and rural shores destination program. We are showing tourism under new perspective, a strong system ready to create solutions to the 2030 agenda, impacting the regeneration of our planet. We help these nations to develop these communities focused on tourism, sustainability, and rural development. Our primary services are research, business planning, sustainability transition management, tourism development, and rural areas development. We can link tourism to other industries like agriculture, construction, education, science, astronomy, anthropology, law, international relations, etc. EXA Group Canada helps develop rural, indigenous, and remote communities using tourism as a tool for sustainable development, and a key industry to lead the planet's regeneration. Tourism brings more return on investments, adding value to new ways of understanding profits and social impact.
This was the first video in a series about the Strong Farm and Rural Shores Destinations winter expedition across Canada. We will explore more details about these technical visits in Alberta and other shows related to challenges, gaps, and opportunities on the blog www.exagroup.ca/blog. The technical visits, reports, documentary videos, and the book Strong Farm and Rural Shores Destinations, Tourism, Sustainability, and Rural Development were planned and executed by EXA Group Canada for the READI program of the Tourism Industry Association of Canada. This project was produced with financial support from the Government of Canada. EXA Group Canada, the Tourism Industry Association of Canada, and the Government of Canada are investing in research and development solutions in rural areas, creating strong models to share innovations and promote the planet's regeneration. Watch the next videos and follow our social media. Long live this ideology. Let's build a sustainable world together. Bye.